Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And then this morning's recipe, we're going to be making a slow cooker hot honey garlic chicken. So, all you need is you're just gonna need 6 boneless, skinless chicken breast, a half a cup of liquid a la nose, which is basically soy sauce, a half a cup of honey. You need 2 tablespoons of canned tomato paste, 2 tablespoons of 2 tablespoons of chili garlic paste, 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar, and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and open up the slow cooker. And we're gonna go ahead and give it a good spray. Okay, so we're gonna spray our slow cooker out. And this recipe, we've never made this before. Now, I do want to say this. I have not actually videoed in like so long. I just like to give it a good spray around the sides, so that nothing sticks. I have not videoed in so long, and I don't know why. You know, it's been a while since we've done a crock pot video. So I said, you know, today's the day we do a slow cooker video, so we're gonna make it. Okay. So the first thing we do is we go ahead and deal with our chicken. Now, this chicken breast is quite a lot. Now we're gonna cook this on low. Now these are big chicken breasts. Now, I don't know how many chicken breasts are in here, so I'm gonna have to look at them. But this is where the gloves come in, because I don't like touching raw meat with just my bare hands. I like to do it with gloves on, you know, you feel me? And we will be putting all the stuff in order, and then I will be giving this a mix around, just so that way everything is nice and coated. Okay, so it's time. So I've seen most people like do this recipe, and I figured I'd give it a try. So it's time to get tonight's meat going in the crock pot. And it's gonna cook in the crock pot for about 6 to 8 hours, which I know it's a long time, but if you've been with me for a very, very long time on YouTube, then you know that I do these recipes just for you guys, and I honestly like to do the recipes. Now, this recipe, honestly, I've never actually heard of before. I've never heard of hot honey chicken. So when I heard about it, I was like, you know, I was thinking it was going to be hot, and it will be. And I already told you our ingredients, so now we're going to go ahead and put our chicken in. Now, these are big chicken breasts. Look how big these are. Look at, see? Big chicken breasts. So, and you'll notice that I'm not wearing a hat. Usually in my cooking videos, I usually wear a hat. But I said, you know, today I figured I'd just wear the hoodie just because why not? I already have the jacket on. Made it easy, right? Okay. So now we have to go ahead and wash our hands because we just touched that raw meat, and then we're going to come back and we're going to add in the rest of our ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and put my, I gotta clean that up too because that's part of that's contaminated with salmonella. Okay, see all that water, guys? This is why we kind of keep it. Okay. All right. So again, wash my hands, and then I come back, and we're gonna add in all the remaining ingredients. And I will be reading off the paper just so that way you guys will understand it, and you guys don't get confused with the recipe. Okay. So now this recipe, guys, is a very, very simple recipe to make. I really hope you guys give this recipe a try. And as you know, with the crock pot recipes, I also want to tell you guys something. I got rid of 2 of my favorite slow cookers like a while back. Well, not that long ago. I got rid of one slow cooker, I think it was last Friday. And then I got rid of my other slow cooker a couple weeks ago. And I want to say the other crock pot was in good shape, so I really wish I kept that one, but that's okay. So we're just gonna use the Instant Pot. The Instant Pot essentially does the same thing. It slow cooks, which is a good thing. Okay. All right. So the next thing we add after we add our chicken breast, we're gonna add a half a cup of liquid aminos, and this also has our rice vinegar. So that is our next thing after the chicken breast. We add in half a cup of liquid aminos. Now this goes like over the chicken. So when we pour this in, we want to make sure that we pour this all throughout the chicken so that way this gets coated with it. Okay? And then we're going to add in a 1/2 cup of honey, which I have right here. Okay, so we add in a 1/2 cup of honey. Now this is going to be, now as you know, honey is very sweet. So this is going to be a sweet dish, which I will say, but I don't want that to say, I don't want you guys to say, oh, this is like, you know, a dish that I've made and it's turned out bad. But I'm going to tell you guys something. I'll tell you what, this dish is going to be so good, you're not even going to know that the honey is even in here. The honey essentially gives it that flavor that you want. And of course, I always say, you're not going to be able to see the honey when it's done cooking. You're going to be able to taste it. Now, we do have to shred this chicken. Okay, we can't just eat three large chicken breasts because that's not enough for my family. So I do have to shred my chicken. We will be doing that later on after it's done cooking. All right, we don't need to half cup anymore. We can do that because now it's on to our next ingredient. Now it calls for 2 tablespoons of canned tomato paste. Okay. So the tomato paste is right here. It is also mixed in with 2 tablespoons of chili garlic paste, which is like right here. See? So we're going to put this in the slow cooker. And this, however, has to go all over my chicken because I want this to be like another part of the meat, or another part of the dish, of the recipe, I should say. So this has to go all over the chicken. And it's totally fine if it's not covered, if it doesn't like cover up all the chicken. Because I'm literally just putting this over 3 chicken breasts and then I will mix it. So this will get mixed in a couple minutes here. And this is going to go on low for a couple hours, for at least maybe 6 to 8 hours. I don't know, we'll see. But it's going to be for quite a while because these chicken breasts are very thick. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this all over these chicken breasts. And like I mentioned, these are chicken breasts. These are really thick. Now, I made a crock pot recipe about 2 days back and it was my slow cooker chicken chipotle tacos, and I made it with chicken thighs. So, if you want me to do that recipe for you guys, I'm doing this because that way I can get this all off. If you want me to do that recipe for you guys, please let me know down in the comments below. I'll be happy to share it with you guys. Okay, now, after we're done with that, I'm going to have some dishes to do after I'm done, which is fine. I have to add, where's the paper? I have to add my last thing, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. This is the last ingredient. Now, I saved this for the last ingredient because that was literally like on the paper. The last ingredient, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. So we're going to add that, okay? All right. So it's already open for us. And you're going to literally do it. Now, we do this over the pot so that way we don't make too much of a mess. And we level it, okay? It's totally fine if it's not. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to literally just put it all over. It's totally fine if it's not on the chicken, or not on the chicken. Sorry, not on the chicken, sorry. It's totally fine if it doesn't cover up the chicken all the way. It's fine, because I'm going to mix this all up, okay? Now, what does the cornstarch do? The cornstarch essentially thickens everything, so that way this is not liquid, okay? This is not going to be liquidy later. I promise, I'm telling you that. This is going to be a thick sauce. It's supposed to be, now cornstarch. Everybody's asking in the comments, they're like, what does cornstarch do when you add it to a slow cooker meal? Well, the cornstarch essentially thickens your sauce, which is what we want. So, go ahead and put that cornstarch in there, and then, after that's done, I have to grab a spoon because I have to mix this all together. Now, I think what I'll do is I'll just grab this. And I'm going to mix this all together because this has to get mixed around. Now, the reason why it has to get mixed is because you want your ingredients to be nice and submerged. So I'm going to kind of flip the chicken around a little bit. And I'm going to get this covered. This has to be covered in that sauce. Okay? You don't want it to just be on top of each other. You want this to be mixed in real well. So this is going to cook on low. for a good 6 to 8 hours until this chicken is all the way cooked through. Now, I always say the longer this chicken cooks, the more tender it becomes. Okay, that's basically essentially. So I will show you what this looks like. It's not what you see. And I'm telling you guys, if you guys were here right now, you guys would be able to smell this chicken. It smells so good up in this house. I'm like not even joking. All right, so that is all mixed in. And as you can see, we totally did it. So I'm going to show you, okay, what this looks like. What it looks like now. Okay, you get to see our. Alright, so, excuse me, if I walk up there, this is what your chicken looks like. See, I can't really tip it because see, but look, that's what your chicken should look like. It's all covered in that sauce. I mixed it all up together. It's going to be perfect at dinner time. So, like I was saying, lid on, and we're going to cook this on low for 6 to 8 hours. So, but before we do that, because you know me, I like to clean up as I go along, or as I do recipes like this, because it's just my thing, you know? Pretty sure we could find a place for our cornstarch here, guys. Alright, so let's get the lid, put it on the slow cooker. Let's see. Slow cook. And do 7 hours. All right, so we're gonna cook this for about 6 to 8 hours until it's done. And then we will come back and we will shred the chicken. Now, we have to know, now, in order to know, now, you guys have seen me shred chicken in the crock pot before, so you guys don't have to act all surprised about it, because trust me, I ain't surprised either. We will be shredding it with our meat cloth. Now, this has to cook for a long time. So when the chicken is tender, we'll come back, we'll shred this chicken, and then we will, I don't know what we're going to serve it with. I got to think about it. Let's see what the directions say. We're going to garnish it with the green onions, and we'll probably serve it with some rice. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, it's going to cook on low for a long time, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what this meal looks like. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Bye. Log on. Peace out. Boom. Okay. Bye, guys.